Welcome back to the Coaching in Early Intervention Training and Mentorship Program podcast series. We are, as we've talked, trying to get some parent perspectives on coaching and early intervention here in Kentucky. We'll start out with introductions. I'm Scott Tomczyk. I am an occupational therapist by training and professor of pediatrics at the University of Louisville. We have provider with us today, Tracey Fowl. Tracey, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your background and how long you've been doing early intervention.
I'm Tracey Fowl. I'm a developmental interventionist. I've been doing DEI work for First Steps for probably about 12 years, but I'm also a special education teacher in the school district during the day. So I kind of get both sides, 1 to 3 and then 3 on up.
Great. And we also have Chilana with us today. Chilana, do you want to say hello to the crew and let us know a little bit about you?
Hi. Well, I'm the mom, and I work for the post office, and we have a little family of 4. So we have 2 kids. One of them is Jax, and then we also have a 9-year-old. Her name is Amy.
Great. So tell us a little bit about Jackson, who is getting some early intervention services here in Kentucky.
He is a ball of energy, no doubt. And he does a lot of jabbering, jib-jab. And he's really loving and very, very busy, always busy, busy, busy. Like he is... He's definitely going through some changes right now, though, but they are helping him, and it's positive.
Good. So
he hasn't had much. Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We initially sought help because he didn't say a lot of words at all, really, and the ones he did, he didn't seem to know what they were.
Well, great. So tell me a little bit about how you and Tracey spend your early intervention sessions. What kind of things do you work on? You know, what is her job in the sessions, and how do you spend your time in the sessions?
Well, we do a lot of brainstorming, but normally we focus on issues, or not necessarily issues, but things that we want to help him improve on first. Basically, she helps me build on my ideas. For example, it was hard for me to, express to him that he couldn't have his cup in the bedroom, stuff like that, because, he didn't really communicate. But we have gotten him through trial and error and ideas. He goes to bed without a fine now. So it's just little things like that, and working with him with words. And I tell you one thing, though, it was much better when we were in person, everybody in person, because it is really hard for him to interact and stay focused on that computer screen, because he's got a really good attention span, but it's more one-on-one, if you will, or in person. He loved it when the ladies came here. Of course, it's been a while, because I'd be like, "It's friends are here." Anyway, even with the videos, we are working toward a common goal of whatever's best for him and our family.
That is great. One of the most exciting things I heard you say was we build on my ideas, and that one of the real goals of early intervention and our coaching program that we're trying to roll out here in Kentucky really is to empower families and get families really involved and understand that they know their kiddo best. And we're really helping move that along to help children and make progress. So Tracey, tell us a bit about how potentially your interactions with Mom and Jackson are a little different now that you've been through the coaching program?
Well, I mean, to be honest, when I first started doing therapy, I thought I knew everything, and my way was the best way to do it. And, there was no ifs, buts about it. And since the coaching, I've learned that I need to deal more with what the parent wants. And the main reason I say that, and I'll go back to what she said about the cup, that would have never been in my curriculum or whatever of my idea of thinking. I mean, I would have thought, oh, well, just tell, the cup is a cup. But it was a major issue because he wanted to bring it to bed, and they still sleep in the same bed, and it would spill, and mom would wake up wet, and dad would wake up in the middle of the night wet. And so when she told me that was a big issue, since the coaching, I was like, that is a big issue for you because you're not getting any sleep. You're waking up changing sheets. You're waking up wet and angry. And it was I was like, wow. And I would have never thought of that, in all honesty, before coaching. I would have gone with ABA trials. I would have gone with, picture prompts. I would have gone with everything. But this, when she brought it up, I was like, okay, everything goes to the side. Let's focus on the cup.
Well, and we start out a lot of our coaching talking about joint plans. And so I'm hearing both of you really highlight that, there's a concern or a priority, raised by mom, and you guys are problem solving together, building on ideas to bring solution that really helps with the family's day-to-day and Jackson's day-to-day. So cup is one example. Chilana, do you have other examples of kinds of activities or daily routines, day-to-day life kind of things that have changed?
Well, he will now sit down and we actually put like sets together for him, sets of like cars and like one tote with a lid, that he can't get off, music in one, and just like farm animals and stuff like that in another one. And he has to bring them to me when he wants to play them. And then he has to sit on a little rug, and we worked with this, and now he's he can play that, and he knows that we have to clean up before he moves on. It's just something that, we were able to work out, considering that communication was such a limited thing with me and Jax at first.
So it sounds like you've moved really beyond a lot, just focused on communication. You've got some, kind of daily living routines, some sleep routines, some play. You've got all kinds of things you guys are trying to work on a day-to-day.
I think it's because Jax was everywhere. He just would not sit and play, and mom was concerned about why he wouldn't play. And she had all the toys in one big area, and so we brainstormed probably almost an entire session making a plan on what we thought would be best, mostly on what would help mom and dad. And that Chilana, one day, well, this was prior to telehealth, I came over and she had everything all structured in bins, and Jax knew what to get and open it and put it back. And I was like, oh my gosh, you did all that in 7 days? Pretty impressive.
That is impressive. And it really speaks to the importance of that joint plan at the end of a session, and preparing and checking in and making sure everything is, mom has her plan for between sessions, you, Tracey, as provider, have your plan. And in the end, who's benefiting? Everyone.
Everybody.
Things are going better for Jax.
Right.
Chilana and dad, have some, comfort in bed, and are able to, kind of structure that play. And Tracey, as the provider, you're seeing lots of progress and have the gratification that you're part of that picture as well. So
right. And it's just exciting to see how mom and dad take off. And they're full of more ideas than I have. And it's it's humbling, I have to say. It's very humbling to me that I don't know all the answers, but mom and dad, they can take charge and do it. They know what they're doing. They're fantastic, aren't you, Chilana?
Definitely. And that's the overall goal of our program. You know, I think that we measure a lot and talk a lot about how the providers are moving along a continuum of coaching where it may have started out being real direct therapy, where the provider is doing most of the work, and then transitioning it to the kind of relationship and situation we're talking about here, where mom and dad are the real drivers,
right?
Through coaching. But I think the ultimate goal that we as a state have set is the goal that we want to see is that families are more comfortable and tell us they're more comfortable helping their child learn and develop. And I've heard Chilana say that in a number of ways today. So it's so exciting to hear that that's really happening. So anything else that for today you guys want to share with us, mention?
I think that the direct therapy, like we were all taught back in the day, I mean, I'm a lot older than you, but I'm just saying back in the day, it was like you put them in a room all by themselves, the parents stayed in the waiting area, that it was never carried over. And now that the parents are the driving force, it's just more consistent. It's more consistent, and I see more changes.
We talk about, and we have on one of the podcasts I did, we use that real classic picture of, you know, if we have 1 hour of early intervention a week, or an hour and a half, or 2 hours one week and one the next, the impact is about 2% of the child's waking hours, you know, the time we're going to have if we do direct therapy. But if we're working with the family,
right,
and Chilana and dad, and, you know, other siblings are all part of the show between the visits, we're getting a lot more bang for our buck.
Right. Right.
I think that's what we're seeing here. And so happy to hear.
One thing that I would like to add is that the main, one of the best things is that I don't have to freak out anymore and be like, you know, because my older one, she is a lot different than Jax. You know, she's the complete opposite in just about every way. And before I started this program with Tracey, I was freaking out and I felt overwhelmed because I didn't know what to do. But since we have kind of broke things down, and it's not such I feel more confident, and I just more confident as a mom, and I know that he's going to do everything that he needs to do when he's ready, with my help, with our help, the whole family's help.
I just love hearing that. I am more confident.
Yeah, I'm about to cry.
I was like, you know, kind of tearing up a little bit too. That is just fabulous to hear.
Yeah.
So thank you all again for letting me jump in here before you get started with the session. Stay safe and well.
Thank you.
Chilana, thanks for everything. Best of luck to you and Jax and the family. Tracey, thank you for being a high performer.
Oh, well, thank you.
An early adopter to coaching. The transition, right. We were all trained as direct therapists. You know, I was taught that I know everything and I'm the expert, and we make the change. But I think that I've come to see the light of it, that the parents are the ones that make the change, and we help guide in our collaboration with them. So thank you both for your time today. Okay. Best of luck. Stay safe and stay well.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.